Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hey Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya
गोवर्धन के गंगमाया के देवी के तुलसी देवी की भक्ति देवी की श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की श्री वैकुंठपुरी धाम की श्री प्रपाचन श्री भक्ति श्रीशं की श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन के गौर प्रेम श्री गुरु गौरंग sweet of our spiritual master, your name will be in the vision of the devotional service. All of us will do the free faith of our lives. By the grace of our Ayush and attain the mercy of Krishna, by all you wish to have by consciousness purified, I want you to be from the first moment. Attachment is meant to speak with flesh, reflection of the darkness of all the child. And now, I have denied my heart, I have denied. My Lord, do it after you. By hearing ignorance to the Lord, there is the question of fire. Our special master is the ocean of God, defender of the poor, Lord and master of Moses, the master of the good of us, the very shade of the take shelter below the feet of the Savior. As usual, we're going to recite some prayers. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavam Sa Sri Rupam Sri Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Savadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Param Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishaka Vitam Sa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gorange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhuevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everybody. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Again. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you very much. So today we'll be reading from Bhagavad-gita, text chapter 2, text 22. Nainam chidanti sratani Nainam nulati pavakaha Nai chainam kadayanti apo Na society marutaha. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The soul can never be cut to pieces by any weapon, nor burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by the wind. Om Shri Radha Radhika Krishna Balava Krishna Samyuta Devi Radha Paraprukta Chaturvarga Pradayini. Hare Krishna. So here, this verse translates, it says, the soul can never be cut to pieces by any weapon, nor burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by the wind. So, approximately 12 verses ago, we
started reading about the soul. And here Krishna is still speaking about the soul. And the reason why this whole chapter 2 is dedicated for you to understand about the soul. For you to understand that you are not this body, that you are spiritual. And over again, Krishna is emphasizing that while this body will come to an end, the soul is eternal. It cannot be destroyed. So here in this verse, he said that the soul cannot be cut to pieces by any weapon. And that is because the soul is so small. It is, if you take a grain of hair and you divide it 10,000 times, one part of that 10,000 times is the size of the soul. So you could imagine how fine a grain of hair is. And 10,000 parts, one part out of that 10,000. This is the soul. So there is nothing, no fire weapon that could destroy this. Even nuclear weapons. Today we have nuclear weapons. But this is also a fire weapon. But today scientists, they do not know. If they release a nuclear weapon, they do not know how to counteract it. During the Mahabharata war, they would easily counteract this fire weapon by a water weapon. And then there are also tornado weapons. The scientists and them does not even know that these things exist. So here it is that Krishna is saying, all these weapons, whether tornado, fire, whether wind, water, what kind of weapon cannot destroy the soul. Because the soul is eternally part and parcel of Sri Krishna. So again and again, he wants you to understand this, because this is the first step in realizing oneself. Who am I? There is 5 questions that is answered in this Bhagavad-gita. Who are you? Who is God? What is your relationship with God? What is time? What is action and reaction? So the first one, this chapter 2 is dealing with. We haven't finished chapter 2. We have a very long way to go. But Krishna is insisting that you understand that the soul is eternal. Nothing to destroy the soul. The body is temporary. It will come to an end. And there is no mistake about it. You are seeing every day, you are seeing your forefathers, friends, family members. They're all dying and going. But yet we continue to think that we will not die. So here Krishna, he wants us to know that the body is temporary, and every one of us have to go through that phase that is called death. It is not going to skip anyone. No matter how good you behave, the death sentence is short. So Krishna is saying in this verse that the soul cannot be destroyed. It is eternally part and parcel of it. But why it is that this soul is here in this material world suffering? Why did we come here in this world? It seems as if in ignorance we take this form. Because as a little baby you do not know anything. You have to start learning everything again, all over. So we take this form, and we spend a whole lifetime. Some people, they die before that. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it says that a lifetime in Kali Yuga is 100 years. The government has a record that the average life that a person would live is 72 years. So there are many of us who are not reaching that 100. But the whole idea behind it is not the body. We spend our whole life taking care of this body, polishing it, shining it, feeding it. And then at night, we sleep in great ignorance. So it is about time that we wake up and understand that we don't belong in this temporary world. Our real place in the spiritual. But what it is happened because we have been disobedient. They sent us here to suffer. And we are suffering birth, death, disease, old age. And some people think, some religious bodies, they think that when you give up this body, that is it, that you can go back. No. Sometimes we take millions and millions of lifetime just so that we could hear Krishna name once. But hearing Krishna name once is the beginning of your journey to getting out of this temporary. That is just the beginning. So every time you take birth and you keep coming along like that, you would hear about Krishna again and again. Maybe sometimes Krishna pastime. So it is a process that it takes us very long. Lucky for Srila Prabhupada that he has brought the elevator process for us. Now today we did a Jagya, and this is very good. This would help us to purify our heart and our mind. And the purpose of purifying our heart and our mind is so that we could be constantly engaged in remembering Krishna. Why it is that we want to be like that? Why we want to remember Krishna all the time? Because this is the only way, when death comes, this is the only way that you are not going to take birth here again. This is the only way that you're going to leave this body and get out of this darkness, get out of the temporary world and go back to your original position, back into the spiritual. So, these verses, basically, they are very easy to understand. And there is not much that we can lecture on them. Because as we are lecturing, coming along, we keep repeating most of the things that we would have to repeat. But Krishna wants that. He wants you to understand the difference between the soul and the body. He wants you to understand the difference between spirit and matter. And it is said that an intelligent person is one who can understand the difference between spirit and matter. So, this here is the beginning of spiritual life by understanding that one thing, spirit and matter. Now we can understand it through we could get it from hearing, reading, from different ways we can get this knowledge. But this knowledge does not really sink in until you start chanting the Hare Krishna. Why you should chant this Hare Krishna mantra? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came 500 years ago. And he quoted from the Padma Puran says, Harinam, 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 Harinam eva kevalam kalu nashteva, nashteva, nashteva. That in this age of Kali, there is no other way, no other way, no other way, except by the chanting of the names of God. So, there are unlimited names. The Lord have unlimited names. And in this universe, there is 1,000 popular. It is said that Shankarshan is the ignorant form of the Lord. It is not that he does not know. Why they call him the ignorant form of the Lord is because he has to make contact with material media. And so, when his turn came, he did not enter the dark matter. Instead, what he did was expand himself into Mahavishnu. And so, Mahavishnu is such an exalted soul that he himself did not enter the dark matter. He lay on the causal ocean, and all the planets that came out of his, all the universe, that came out of his pores, they entered into the dark matter. And so creation in the material world started. And all who behave bad, all who like to say, them behaving bad and I good, understand one thing, all of we have behaved very bad. That is why we are here. Right. So when you are saying that they are bad and I am good, know that you are also bad. You cannot make that claim, because once you're in the material world, Srila Prabhupada say that I am embarrassed. Just knowing that I am in this material world, I am embarrassed. And the reason why he is embarrassed, and we should all be embarrassed, instead we all proud. We're proud of our house and the cars and the clothes and all these things that we have accumulated, that we are proud of that. But all of that comes to zero. Lord, it's all nothing. So every so often that Lord Sri Krishna, he would come into the material world. Sometimes he comes in incarnations, different parts of himself would incarnate in the material world to perform specific activities. But 5,000 years ago, that Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, from whom everything is coming, he himself advent, he has come into this material world. And whenever it is that he is coming into the material world, he brings his whole entourage of associates. And one of them is Lord Balarama. So, when it is that Lord Balaram was sent into this material world to appear as the son of Devaki, that Krishna called on Durga Devi. Durga Devi is not of this material world. She is from the spiritual world. She is not a Devata as most people think. So he called on Durga Devi and he told Durga Devi to go to that place in Mathura that Lord Balaram is within the womb of Devaki. Go and remove him and place him within the womb of Mother Rohini. So Durga Devi, when she removed the child from the womb of Devaki, that it was declared that there was a miscarriage, that the child was aborted. So this personality, Lord Balaram, he went to Vrindavan. Because Mother Rohini was staying in Vrindavan at that time. Mother Rohini is the wife, second wife of Vyasadeva. So,
Not Vyasa.
oh, sorry, Vasudeva. My mistake. Vasudeva, not Vyasa. Hare Krishna.
Forget it. You'll give up shop, do you want it?
All right.
You're going to offer? No?
So Lord Balaram appeared in this world. The one person who is going to be, when we give up here and we have to go back, we have to pass Lord Balaram. But let me tell you something, that Lord Balaram, unlike all the other personalities, he is very, very strict. And he does not tolerate any kind of offenses. But this is the person, when we are all give up this body and we have to go back to the spiritual world, we have to cross Lord Balaram. When Srimati Radharani needs souls who are going to join her in pastime, she called on Lord Balaram to recommend such persons. So, if you are told ever have to enter Golok Vrindavan, you must eventually come to that person that is called Balaram. So, Lord Balaram is growing up in Vrindavan with Krishna, and they are performing all kinds of activities as little boys. They are troubling the cows. So one day the young bull is standing there and he's eating, and so they sneak up, the two of them, they sneak up behind this bull and they hold on to his tail. And the bull in a rage now, trying to get rid of whatever is attached to his tail. And he's raising like that, and the two of them, they are going up in the air and coming down like that. And he's running and raising like that, and the two of them holding on, and that is the kind of fun Krishna and Balaram is having. They are enjoying this material world. But that bull throw them and injure them? No, they are the supreme world. That they cannot be injured in such an adventure. The bull was more surprised that all how he tried to shake them off, that he could not. So as time would pass, that one day Lord Balaram went to Lord Krishna. And he said to him, he said, I see all these boys and calves, that when I see them before, they were all great sages, they were devatas. But now I am looking at them, and I am only seeing you. How it is, what has happened. So this was one excursion that Krishna went on, that he did not carry Lord Balaram because it was his birthday, and they would celebrate at home. But on that excursion, a lot of things happened. Lord Brahma came and stole all the boys and all the calves. Krishna manifested all the boys and all the calves in exact proportion. And when Lord Brahma came, that he was bewildered. So while maintaining this for a whole year, one day Lord Balaram questioned Krishna. He said, how it is that all these boys and calves, they all look like you? I do not see devatas, I do not see great sages. I am seeing you. So Krishna explained that because he was not there, that there was an episode with Brahma. Brahma was trying to test Krishna. So as time would pass, that both these boys, they went to Mathura. Kansa had invited them. He was always trying to send in demons to kill Krishna. Srimati, when Kans went to kidnap Srimati Radharani, that she told him, she said, you have to promise that you will never send any demons to kill Krishna. But why it is that she wants him to promise? That when he drank the water from the Radha Kund, he turned into a little girl. And he's begging, he wants to turn back. He is a king, he cannot be a little girl and be the king. So sometimes, as devotees, we spend many lifetimes, and our goal, our highest goal is to achieve that one position that can't achieve. And that position is to be one of the gopis. But instead, he became a gopi and he wanted to change back. He wanted to come back this way. So when he could not kidnap Srimati Radharani, could not kill Krishna anymore, that he decided to invite Krishna to Mathura. And in that invitation, that he will kill Krishna when Krishna comes, that he would set up the demons in different places, that they would kill Krishna. But Krishna and Balaram, when they came, they were given, first an elephant blocked their way. And they killed that elephant. And then when they came to the arena, that the most powerful of wrestlers were given the fight. They're just little boys, but these big, huge, powerful wrestlers came in the ring. Very easily, Lord Balaram just knocked him out like that and threw him. But Krishna was playing. He was playing with this wrestler. And Lord Balaram said to him, say, Krishna, these people, they cause these demons and then they cause him so much trouble and you're just playing with him. Just get rid of him, kill him. And so Krishna killed the other demon. So going all the way now back into when they became at an older age, they were living in Dwarka, that war is about to start. And Arjuna and Duryodhana, they both went to see Krishna. And what they went to see Krishna for was that which side Krishna would fight for. So, but when they went there, Krishna was sleeping. So Arjuna, first Duryodhana went and stand by his head, Arjuna stand by his feet. When Krishna opened his eyes, the first that he saw was Arjuna. So Krishna gave them a choice, that you can choose myself, but I will not pick up any weapons in that war. Or you can choose my whole army. So since Arjuna was the youngest, he was given to choose first. And he chose Krishna. So Duryodhana, he left immediately and he went running to Lord Balaram. And when he reached the Lord Balaram, he said that Arjuna has chosen Krishna to fight in the war. And I myself was given the whole army of which Lord Balaram, he is the general of that army. And so Lord Balaram said to him, he said, you have made a very terrible mistake. You should not have accepted the army. The reason why is that no matter when, no matter how, I will never fight against Krishna. So right there, Duryodhana lost Lord Balaram, he lost the whole army. Arjuna ended up with Krishna fighting on the chariot. But Krishna had promised that he would not pick up any weapons. So Lord Balaram, he went pilgrimage. He did not stay to fight at war. He went on pilgrimage. And he went and visited Vrindavan and all the different places. But when he reached Vrindavan, that he was having pastimes with the gopis. So I had an uncle who was having a very, very big problem with that. That how it is that big brother could interfere with small brother girlfriends. That should not be. So when he went to sleep that night, that he dreamt a sadhu speaking to him, and the sadhu showed him a top, one side paint blue, one side paint yellow. And then he spin it up like that. He said, which color do you see? But while his top is spinning fast like that, you cannot make out that color. Blue or yellow, they merge like that. So then the sadhu explained to him that this Balaram is Krishna himself. He's none different from Krishna, he's Krishna. And so, if you make a distinction between Balaram and Krishna, then that is wrong. Because that Balaram is Krishna himself. So, Lord Balaram is going everywhere, he's going to pilgrimage site, he's performing all kind of worship. And when the war was finished, he came back. And he came just in time to see Lord, Bhima break the back of Duryodhana. So Balaram is saying to Krishna, he's saying, you have not been fair in this war. You have cheated everyone and killed everyone in this war. And so Krishna said to Balaram, he said, when it is that my devotee, when they were stripping her in the arena, and she raised her hand and she would beg, she offered every one of them the opportunity to save her from this degradation. But none of them, not even raised a finger, although they were great, powerful personalities. None of them raised a finger. So because of that one incident, that they would not help my devotee, that today I have cheated all of them in this war. When grandfather Bhishma, when he attacked Arjuna, Krishna put Sikandin, a woman, he put to drive the chariot for Arjuna. And when Bhishma Dev, when he saw this woman, that he would not fight against a woman, so he turned around. And Arjuna got the opportunity to put arrows right through his whole back. And so, Dronacharya, he's wreaking havoc on the battlefield. But when he came to that place where Krishna is, the Krishna said to Maharaj Yudhisthira, he said, tell him that his son dead, his son Ashwatthama died. But Maharaj Yudhisthira is dharma, he would not lie. He could not lie. And when he hesitated like that, his chariot fell and hit the ground. And in that moment, he saw all the hellish planets. And when he came back up to consciousness, he said, Ashwatthama died. But to himself, he said quietly to himself, Ashwatthama the elephant. But when Dronacharya heard that his son had died, he dropped all his weapons and he sat offering prayers. This is when Drishtadyumna was ordered to go chop off his head. So like that, Krishna is cheating all the big generals in the battlefield. And Lord Balaram is questioning him. But Krishna does not deal nicely when you interfere with his devotees. He does not like that. One devotee is in the audience and he's seeing an unclean cloth being offered. And he became very critical, so much so that after the offering, he started chastising the pujari. Well, that night, Lord Krishna came in his dream and slapped him up. But if you think that that was just dream, when he awoke, his whole face was swollen. So going back to Lord Balaram. At one time, Lord Balaram's son, he was courting the daughter of Duryodhana. And when it is that Duryodhana would find out that he would try to contain this son of Balaram. So they kidnapped him and they had, by force, they had him within the castle. And when Lord Balaram heard that they had kidnapped his son and were keeping him forcefully, Lord Balaram took up his axe. Lord Balaram's weapon is this axe, this pickaxe. You ever see a pickaxe? How it's shaped? So he went with his pickaxe. A lot of the older persons within Dwarka went with him. So he made a petition that please release my son. But instead of releasing his son, Duryodhana sent a message to him. Tell him how you could be so insultive. We have given you this land to live on. You belong to us. You cannot stand up there and give us orders. You are our subject. You are below our feet. So when the message came to Lord Balaram, he took his axe and he dig it into the ground. And with the power of Lord Balaram, he started dragging the whole of Hastinapur. He's dragging Hastinapur and carrying it to dump it into the Ganges. And when the shaking started and Duryodhana and them feel that like earthquake is within this building, they all run outside to realize that Lord Balaram is dragging Hastinapur. The whole of Hastinapur he's dragging. And he's going to dump it into the Ganges. So they all run out, putting his son and his wife, his daughter in front. They all run out and they started begging Lord Balaram. They started offering nice prayers to him. And so Lord Balaram released Hastinapur. And then he accepted their prayer, and he accepted that the daughter of Duryodhana would become his daughter-in-law. So Lord Balaram, he is very, very strict person. And while it is that all of us have to eventually end up at Lord Balaram, when Krishna was coming 500 years ago as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Balaram also came. Wherever Krishna would go, Lord Balaram would follow. So in this incarnation that he came, he's known as Lord Nityananda. And devotees in Kali Yuga, they love Lord Nityananda. They all pray to Lord Nityananda. While others are afraid of Lord Balaram, that devotees, they love Lord Nityananda. And why it is? That he is a little more relaxed. You can approach him very easily. In this form as Lord Nityananda, that Lord Balaram is giving all the living entities a good opportunity to get out of this temporary world. So, I will stop here for now. And if there is any questions, any comments, you have anything to add or take away, please, this is your time. You can speak now. Hare Krishna. Oh yes, that we spoke that very in the early part, that Lord Krishna is the original supreme personality of Godhead. Lord Brahma said that he from whom everything comes, but nothing comes from him. He's coming from nothing. Everything is coming from him, but he's coming from nothing. But we cannot say that about Lord Balaram. Lord Balaram is coming from Krishna. And while all the living entities and the incarnations, they're all coming from Lord Balaram, it is because Krishna has given him that position to manifest all these living entities. So, while it is that Krishna is Lord Balaram, but Lord Balaram is not Krishna. Could you understand that? That Krishna, yes, Lord Balaram is an expansion of Krishna, but he is not the whole. That whole person, Krishna. Krishna is a totally separate personality from Lord Balaram. So, Lord Balaram, as we have explained in the beginning, that Lord Balaram is the person from whom all living entities are coming. All the planets in the spiritual world were placed there by Lord Balaram. All the incarnations in the material world is coming from Lord Balaram. Krishna's position is so supreme that after he manifests Lord Balaram, he does nothing again. He goes into Gokul, and there are millions and millions of women servants that is waiting there to render service to him. They are all devotees. Actually, this is where we all want to end up after we give up this body. We want to go to that place where Krishna is being served by millions and millions of Gwalbans. They're all women. They have taken the form of women. They're all very dedicated. Their love for Krishna is so intense that they are given this position. And Krishna, he does not want to have anything to do with creation. This is why he have manifested Lord Balaram. You go ahead and handle all of that. You handle all the different things, all the intricacies. And so, whenever it is that there are situations that Lord Balaram would not be able to handle, then Lord Krishna would come. When Lord Krishna comes, he comes with three intentions in mind. One is to give association to his devotees. Two is to set religious principles right. And three is to annihilate all the demons. When Sri Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda, Lord Balaram, he begged him, please do not kill Jagai and Madai. You have not come for that. In this incarnation, in this position here, that you have come to give love for God. So please do not kill them. Give them love for the Supreme Lord. And so this is why that Sri Krishna, he is very merciful, but as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is even more merciful to the living entities, because he has accepted this form to give his mercy to everyone, everywhere. And that includes the dogs and the jackals. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came 500 years ago, this was his mercy to us. Lord Balaram would follow Krishna anywhere that Krishna would go. Lord Balaram would also go along with him. So it is said that Lord Balaram is Krishna's strength energy. You need anything else? Would that be good? Sufficient? Okay, so thank you very much. You have been very attentive. I hope I was able to explain something that would help you progress in spiritual life. So thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srimad Bhagavad-gita ki. Hare Krishna. Venu
Kiva Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Aruktika Sobha Aruktika Sobha Kiva Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Aruktika Sobha Jandavi Tatabane Jagamana Lobha Jandavi Tatabane Jagamana Lobha Dakene Tai Chan Bamega Dadhara Nikate Advaita Srini Basa Chatradara Basa Chatradara Vashe Ache Gaurachan Ratna Singhasane Ache Gaurachan Arati Karena Brahma Arideva Gane Narahari Ari Kori Chamara Dulaya Dara Hari Hari Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Goshari Gaya Shankar Baje Kanta Baje Baje Karatala Madhura Mridanga Bhaje Paramarasala Madhura Mridanga Bhaje Paramarasala Shanka baje, ganta baje, madhu, madhu, madhu baje. Shanka baje, ganta baje, madhu, madhu, madhura bhaje. Madhu, madhu, Shanka bhaje, ganta Madhur Madhur Madhura bhaje Madhur Shankha bhaje Ghanta bhaje Madhur Madhur Madhura bhaje Madhura 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 bhaje Madhur Madhur Madhura 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 bhaje Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Neta Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Bahu Koti Chandra Jini Badanda Ujwala Bahu Koti Chandra Jini Gala Deshe Vanamala Kore Jalamala Shiva Sukha Narada Preme Gada Gada Shiva Shiva Sukha Narada Preme Gada Gada Bhakti Vinoda Deke Gaurara Sampada Bhakti Vinoda Deke Gaurara Sampada Kiba Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Aroti Kosobha Aroti Ajanave Jadavane Jagamana Lobha Sopa Jaga Jana Mana Lobha Gaurangea Roktik Shobha Jaga Jana Mana Lobha Gaurangea Roktik Shobha Jaga Jana Mana Lobha Karange Aroktik Soba Jaga Jana Mana Lobha Jaga Jana Jaga Jana Mana Lobha Jaga Jana Mana Lobha Jaga Jana Mana Lobha Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Anita Guri Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityananda. Swami Nityananda. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Sunyavadi Pastada Deshadarine Pastada Deshadarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindavan Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindavan Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindavan Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Goranita, Jaya Goranita, Goranita, Jaya Goranita. Jaya Goranita, 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 Jaya Goranita, Goranita. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Radha Shamasundar, Radha Shamasundar, Radhe. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Jaya Jagat Guru Srila 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 Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Anitai Guru Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Guru Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajakacharya Satara Satara Shishmanis Divine Grace. ऐसी भक्ति विरांता स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद के जन लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस पवित्र ओम विश्व परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य सतर सतर शिष्यमानिस डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद के आनंद कोटि वैष्णव वृंद के नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर के प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री हरिद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद के श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद हरे राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की गंगा माया की यमुना देवी की तुलसी देवी की भक्ति देवी की श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की श्री नवरी मायापुर धाम की श्री कृष्ण बलराम के जय श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम पेरेंट्स के जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन के जय श्री प्रभुपाद ट्रांसलेटेड बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय जय गौर प्रेमानंदी All glory to the assembly devotees, all glory to the assembly devotees, all glory to the assembly devotees, all glory to Sri Guru Gauranga, all glory to Srila Prabhupada.
Gurudev Bhagwan ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki, Gaura Premanandi.
Haribo! Right, so today it had a yagna right outside there under the people tree between 3 to 5. Well, that was Kival's way of celebrating both his son's birthday, which was this past week. So we would like to thank Kival and his family for celebrating his son's birthdays with us. Haribo! And to continue celebrations, he have also sponsored the feast. Haribo! Right, so tomorrow is the Ekadashi, and therefore you have to fast from grains and beans, and then you'll break fast on Tuesday morning between 5:56 a.m. and 8:17 a.m. So remember to fast during that period of time. And then celebrations continue again as Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Julana Yatra is celebrated at our Londonville Center. So they are inviting us to celebrate with them at 6 p.m. on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And celebrations continue again as on Thursday, Londonville Center is also celebrating Lord Balaram's appearance day with us. So we'll be at their center at 4:30 p.m. to celebrate Lord Balaram's appearance day. So that is all the announcements. Hope to see you all on those programs between Monday to Tuesday. We'll now say Prashadam prayers and then collect Prashadam on the side of the temple here. Haribo.
Krishna Baladoya Moy, Gole Bade Jiva Joy, Swaprasad Dilobai, Savrita Pau, Radha Krishna Gunadao, Premida Chaitanya Nitai, Mahaprasad Govinde, Nama Brahmini Vaishnavi, Swalpa Punya Vatam Rajan, Vishvashonai Vajayati, Krishna Prasad